all last summer, all through the fall, from the mouth of the Columbia at Astoria, all the way to Idaho's Clearwater. Fishing for steelhead was closed until the hatcheries deemed they had enough fish to meet hatchery broodstock production requirements.
Okay, everybody grab a pole. Our first cast is gonna be on the left. You don't need to cast very far. Just do like a 20-foot cast, 30-foot cast.
You want me any farther out than where I'm at, or is that good?
You're good. You just let out line until you get down to the bottom. So this hole is called Black Rock. Yesterday morning, I bet you 25, 30 fish come out of here in the first hour and a half. So it'd be interesting to see what today's like.
Yeah.
I would estimate 150 fish got caught out of here yesterday.
Man.
You know, it's been closed for 2 months. Most of the ones we caught yesterday were 10, 12 pounds. We had probably 3 or 4 that were probably 14, 15. We got 2 lines on this fish, and it's still ripping line. The cool part about Idaho is they've set all that water aside for spawning. So you have prime habitat, and it feeds the whole Columbia River system. So it just beeped, it read the tag that's in the fish, and it stores it in here. So when I give this back to the Fish and Game, it tells them everything about that fish.
Big smile. He was.
Okay, we're going left.
Whenever I haven't been steelhead fishing for a long time and I get back in here, especially when we're side drifting and using bait and beads, then I gotta get back in tune with the bottom of the river and what that steelhead bite feels like. And I've been getting bit on almost every pass. And lots of times you don't get those fish that bite, but the faster my reaction time, the more I'm gonna hook up. So I just got to dial in and get my intensity back up there. Oh, man.
Wow!
Oh, yeah, okay.
Toby Wyatt, with his hand on the tiller, 15-year-old Gus Smith leaned into gray-bearded Phil Jost, who spoke steelhead truths in low tones. It was Gus's first steelhead trip.
You're going to feel the lead tip ticking on the bottom. It's kind of like a beat, kind of a snap to it. When a fish picks it up, it's going to be more like you have a rubber band tied on the end of your rod, and it's going to kind of give you a whoa, whoa. And when it goes down, you want to come back, set the hook, and reel.
Just took it, not super hard, just took it down.
I've only ever caught the $50 reward ones. We'll see how lucky we are today. Once again, we're doing the catch and release mortality. This fish also has spaghetti tags. So we know it's got a pit tag because it won't have a spaghetti tag without pit tags. It's got 2 spaghetti tags. So hopefully one's a reward. There are some rewards that are $2.50, so we'll see. Okay, nothing. No reward.
The fish is the reward. Yeah. So with a river, you've got different layers of speed of the current. So the top layer is going faster than the bottom current. And what Toby's doing is he's keeping the boat going more about the speed of that lower current, that lower water. And so with this side drifting, what we're trying to do is present the most natural drift that we can to these baits. And so a good guy on the motor makes all the difference.
Okay, I'm gonna try to work him over into this calm water again. We like our young anglers to get plenty of experience. Just work yourself over there. Well, that hole's treating us well.
Man, there's nothing like this. There's nothing like steelhead fishing.
Over the next 4 hours and 15 minutes, Lewis landed 5
Yeah,
steelhead.
put those up there
The
for a
biggest
second.
was 15 pounds and the smallest was 10 pounds.
Oh man. Look at those scales shine. Yeah. Wow.
All right, kids, reel them up. We're gonna go up around the corner. We're gonna put some plugs out.
Oh, okay.
As we troll, we're gonna cook you lunch.
Okay.
We'll see how that works.
We'll see if we like that.
One of my buddies did really good yesterday trolling.
Oh, really?
We'll see if we can try to duplicate what he did. How's that sound?
That sounds great. Man,
So the state of Washington, the state of Oregon, the tribes, and Idaho, everybody's shut down. We're like, okay, we have to focus on these fish. We got to get enough fish back to make the next crop. So everybody shut everything down, and because these fish are able to swim freely with, nobody fishing for them, nobody netting on them, it allowed our hatchery to get what they needed. All our hatcheries got all the fish they've needed already to make the next crop. So that means there's an excess amount of fish in here for us to fish on. We're allowed to catch and release the wild ones because they've proven that only 3% of them would die by being caught and released. So we got like 6,000 fish total in the river. Half of them are wild or more. So in the count of this fishery here is going to kill a very few small amount of them, just allowing the fishery to go on.
After lunch, they fished through the side hole, through the pole yard hole, and back down to Black Rock.
one of the things that's always fascinated me, where the fish lay in any section of river. The places we've fished so far today, we've been very consistent about hitting the edge of the soft water with our casts. And you got to try to picture the gravel bottom and these round river rocks and the structure that's underneath, and then the current, and try to determine where the fish are going to like to lay, because there could be 50, 100, 150 fish laying in this run, and if you're casting in the wrong spot, you're not putting your bait in front of the fish, and that's the important thing, is to fish where the fish are.
This one's a little harder to stay on the bottom. You might have to let out line a couple times.
Okay, I got this.
He's all over the place here. I gotta get coming through. Dude, that was the best shrimp bite I've ever had in my whole life.
Nice!
It snapped my wrist. Seriously, my wrist broke. Like, I think I'm gonna have to wear a wrist brace tomorrow.
So Toby, what's the future of this fishery? Where's it going?
Well, that's a good question, because right now it's not looking too good. In fact, it's looking really dismal. There's so many problems that face this fishery right now. I could go on for hours. And it's really hard to say what's gonna happen. I will tell you one thing. We need all user groups and all agencies to work together. Instead of trying to tackle the biggest obstacles, if we could all come together and just improve 10 to 20 small things, it would make a huge difference. You know, there's things that are out of our control, like ocean conditions. We can't change that. That's out of our control. And if the ocean doesn't get any better, it's hard to say what'll happen. But there's lots of little things we could do if we could all be on the same page. All of us groups are actively participating in recovery. I mean, in the last month, I've been to Boise twice, Twin Falls once, Olympia twice, several meetings in Lewiston, and those were all fish recovery meetings. So, you know, it's an uphill battle, but if everybody works together and gets on the same page, recovery can happen.
We're all in this together.
That's right.
Steelhead fishing on the Clearwater will continue through April 30th. The daily limit is 1 steelhead, 28 inches or less. In case you were wondering, they didn't catch any fish under 30 inches. That was fine with the crew.